We say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah abduhu wa rasuluh. He is we bear witness that there is no deity, there is no God except for Allah. And we bear witness that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his slave and his messenger. May Allah make us live and die and be raised upon these shahadatain. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. So we bear witness to that. We testify to these beautiful shahadatain, the beautiful shahada of the Muslims until the day of judgment. But we only pay lip service to it and we don't live by it. Because if we were really true to these testimonies, if we were really true to this witnessing that there is only one ilah, there's only one God, and we love his messenger, and this messenger of Allah is his slave and his messenger his prophet, and we truly from the inside, from our hearts, we truly believed in it, it would reflect on our personal lives. So we go from the community level, political, cultural boundaries, fads and norms, and now we're boiling it down, we're coming down, we're zooming in to the individual level, to the human being, to that Muslim or that Muslimah who claims that they are submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They claim sami'na wa ata'na. They claim I hear and I obey. We hear and we obey. This is the claim. So let us dissect further, continuation from last week's khutbah. Let us dissect further the problem where it's in the heart. We claim that it's in the heart. We claim it with our tongues, but it's not showing on our limbs. It's not showing in our actions. It's not showing on our lives. One of the main issues, so last week we spoke about taqwa, and we spoke about how part of taqwa is love, fear, and hope. Hub, khawf, and raja of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And these three emotions come from taqwa. Today we will continue, we'll talk about this problem. We'll continue inshallah. And the problem is that we want success to come to us, but we don't want to struggle and go to success. When it comes to your academic life, you understand that you will not be handed that A. It was in the news all over, last month, 2 months, and even in the summer, it was in the news that some parents were buying their children's way to success. Because everyone wants, and some of them, they got prison, they got jail time, probation. There was a lot of trouble that was going on, but because, you see, the issue is that we want to buy our way through life. We want to find shortcuts in life. We want to be lazy in life, and we want that A to come to us. We don't want to struggle and strive and put in the effort. We want to gain weight. We want to be healthy, but we don't want to work out and eat healthy. This is a goal of a lot of people. And it's a big struggle. It's going to be a struggle until you die. It's going to be a struggle your whole life. It's the reality of our lives. We have certain cravings. We're going to give in sometimes. But the idea is that we struggle. The idea is that when Allah tests us, we grow through those tests and not just go through those tests. It's like wasting your tests. Every test that Allah sends your way, you see, again, don't forget the main point. We want success to be given to us, and we don't want to work hard and reach success and go to success ourselves. So going back to the example, when Allah gives us a test, don't waste that test. Allah takes away one of your faculties. Allah takes away one of your limbs. These are huge tests from Allah, life-changing tests from Allah. How are you going to pass those grave tests, those huge tests from Allah, if we cannot pass the small tests in life? Don't just go through your tests, but grow through them and learn through your tests, because many more are to come. Your life is going to be full of tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you're struggling and then you give up, you've wasted that test, you've thrown that test into the trash. That was a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the forms of this gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that He forgives your sins for it. You lose some money, you lose some in business, you lose some family members. May Allah grant us sabr and make us from the sabirin, ameen. But no matter what you go through in life, you learn from it and you become a better person through it. Because we're not pushing ourselves past our comfort zones. We are comfortable in our comfort zones because that's what it's called. It's called a comfort zone. And as long as you're in it, you don't want to struggle. When a struggle comes your way, you know that this is good for you. You know that you will reap the benefits. But you're so comfortable in your comfort zone. You are afraid of what is outside of the walls that you have enclosed yourself in. You are afraid of that. You're not passing your tests. Your tajweed is not as good as others. You don't have as much Quran memorized as others. Oh, I guess I'm 10 years old. I guess I'm 15 years old. What's the point now? I guess I'll be like this for the rest of my life. A brother accepted Islam in Texas, just 3 hours away from us in Dallas. He was in his 60s, or late 50s. And he began to memorize the Quran. And within 10 years, he memorized the entire Quran. But when he was in his 50s and when he accepted Islam, if he would have told himself that, you know what, I'm in my upper 50s, my brain doesn't work as well as a 15-year-old's. And today we have 15-year-olds saying, my brain doesn't work as well as a 5-year-old's. How many more excuses are we going to produce? And this brother, may Allah accept from him, he passed away as a hafiz of the Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise him in ranks in Jannah to the highest levels of Jannah and Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen. But my brothers and sisters, that's the point. We're comfortable in our comfort zones. We've closed ourselves. We've locked ourselves in. And we tell ourselves that this is who I am for the rest of my life. You have no idea. You have no idea how much you're destroying yourself with that mentality. You have no idea how many opportunities you're throwing in the trash. You have no idea what you are doing to your life, my brothers and sisters, when you come up with this saying. That this life for me, that I'm living right now, this is my life. And this is who I am. And this is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And you know, if I'm destined for success, I guess I'll reach success. If not, what can I do about it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, multiple places, to rush to Jannah, to hasten to Jannah, to flee to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to run to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Azza wa Jal, He commands us in the Quran, for example, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. Hasten to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hasten to the maghfirah, to the mercy, to the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. And not just maghfirah, وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. To a Jannah, to a garden, the width, the size of it is like the size of the ard and samawat combined. أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. It has been prepared for the muttaqeen. Allahumma ja'alna minhum. May Allah make us from those people. Ameen. It has been prepared for who? The people of taqwa. أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And these are the people we talked about last week. It's been prepared for these types of people. Not people who say, bring Jannah to me. I want to go into Jannah. Oh Allah, grant me Jannah and give me Jannah, but I don't want to work hard to go to Jannah. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. To rush to Allah. Stop being lazy and sitting back. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says in the Quran, Allah quotes him in the Quran, Ibrahim alayhi salam says, وَقَالَ إِنِّي مُهَاجِرٌ إِلَى رَبِّي إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. Ibrahim alayhi salam, what does he say? فَآمَنَ لَهُ لُوط. So Lut alayhi salam believed in Ibrahim. Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ibrahim, the man who was in a catapult and did not fear the fire, the likes of which has never been created before. The king ordered that a fire be created that was so huge. They had to literally create a catapult to throw Ibrahim alayhi salam into that fire because they couldn't get close enough to throw Ibrahim alayhi salam into the fire. He sat in that catapult, not giving up on his Islam and submission and iman and faith in Allah. And what does he say? Hasbi Allah. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Sufficient is Allah for me. Allah is sufficient for me. So when you say that Allah is sufficient for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make your tests cool. Allah will reduce the heat from your tests. Even though Ibrahim a.s. was thrown into the fire, Allah did not extinguish the fire remained. Your tests will remain, but Allah made that test cool and salam and peaceful upon Ibrahim a.s. So the tests will remain, but Allah will give you the strength, and Allah will make those tests easy for you. Something in Dallas, the tornadoes hit. One of the brothers was telling me that he went to go help out. From Qalam Institute, one of my cousins, he was telling me, he said that they went to help out, and one of the imams, his house was destroyed. Completely destroyed. Literally a car was thrown, smashed into the house of the imam, and because the tornado was still raging on, the car kept smashing around everywhere in the house, so even his valuables were destroyed. A lot of times the roof breaks down, you move the roof off, you can have a lot of valuables that you can salvage. This imam, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him. The brother told me, you know Brother Adam who comes here sometimes, you guys have met him. He went to go help out. You know what he told me? It was just last night. He said the imam had a smile on his face the entire time. Because when you have that feeling, that iman and that taqwa in your heart, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is enough, is sufficient for you, and Allah will help you to get to Jannah. And you change your life, because it's a lifestyle. It's not just a belief in your heart and mind. This is not common sense. This is it goes against common sense, that what is truly embedded and settled and based in your heart, it will reflect on your personality, attitude, character, and actions. So this imam is living a life of taqwa, and Allah knows best. This imam is living a life of taqwa. So when Allah tested him, and it so happened that he was between insurances, there was something going on, so he did not have insurance. There's no insurance to pay him back for what was destroyed. He had a smile on his face the entire time. And when the brothers came to help him, this is what he told me. He said, we all came to help him. He said, the mu'adhin of the masjid is down the road. His garage was also destroyed in the tornadoes and the storm. Go and help him. And the brothers who kept on coming late, he kept on saying, go to that mu'adhin. He needs some help. So this is a personality, a lifestyle, an attitude that will show not just in your heart. You can see it. Sometimes you cannot see what's in your heart, but you know yourself truly and don't lie to yourself. But most likely, it shows in your actions. I take that back, not most likely. For sure, definitely, it shows in your lifestyle. It shows in your actions. It shows in your attitude when you lose your shoes or your keys or your phone. Small things in life. When this brother lost his house, he had a smile on his face. He was praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The time for the salah came. They gave the adhan and he led the prayer. Ibrahim alayhi salam, going back to the ayah in Surah Al-Ankabut, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says, Inni muhajirun ila Rabbi. Indeed, I will make hijrah to my Rabb. Rabbi. I am the one who's going to go to my Rabb. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that when you come towards me, I will rush towards you. When you come towards me one step, when you walk towards me, I will rush towards you. So it is you who needs to take that initiative and change your life. You are the one who needs to let go of those sins in your life. Stop listening to that. Stop watching those things. Stop saying those words. You don't take that initiative in life. Wallahi, my brothers and sisters, you will remain in that state until your last breath, and that person will die with regrets. And that person will say, I only wish that I would have made a change when I was 15, when I was 20, when I was 12. You're going to wish for the days that you are living in right now. Because the rest of your life will be dictated by the lifestyle you have right now as youth and shabab. Ibrahim a.s. said, I'm going to go to my Lord. So who are we to say, Allah, come to me, I'm going to stay here lazily my whole life. I want Allah to guide me, but I'm not going to help myself to be guided. I'm not going to change my life. The sirat on the day of judgment, you know the Yawm al-Qiyamah? It's easier on those people who go through struggles in this world. Those who struggle in this world and work hard, the day of judgment is easy for them. And the same is true for the rest of this life. You struggle hard in your earlier years. It is easier to not sin and to do good deeds later on in your life. Yawm al-Qiyamah is the same. It is easy on those people who struggled in this world and who worked hard. But those people who did not work hard and did not care, Yawm al-Qiyamah is most difficult for those people. The sirat that goes over Jahannam, may Allah protect us. It is easy for those who were on the sirat in this world and were steadfast. But it's difficult for those people who got off of the path. For those who got off of the sirat in this world, the sirat over Jahannam will be difficult for those people. May Allah make that sirat easy for all of us. Ameen. As a last point, my brothers and sisters, I'm just going to mention real quick. A lot of points that are made are very theoretical. And I know that a lot of people, when they hear these khutab, maybe it inspires them. I hope, not from my words, but from the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger. It inspires them, but we hope it's not temporary. At the end of the day, we understand that everyone is struggling. The smallest things that someone may make fun of you for. Oh, you have this problem, you can't even work on it. This person will never be from the muttaqeen. The people may laugh and mock you. They may laugh at you and they mock you for it. But never forget that you always have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala number one. Hasbunallah, hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Allah is sufficient for us.